So you'd like to start camping, but you're not sure exactly what you need to start, how expensive it's going to be, where to go, and what to expect. I'll answer all these questions in this video for you. The easiest way to start camping is go to your local provincial, state, whatever park. I'm in Canada, so we have provincial parks and we have national parks. I'm in a provincial park now. Everything you need is in the provincial or national parks. You got campsites. Now all the parks have flush toilets, showers, hot showers. Most have dishwashing stations. If you're starting out, you're probably going to start using your car and a tent. Now, you can start very cheap or inexpensive with stuff you have on hand at home. Or you can go out to the outdoor stores and pay a lot of money for a lot of good gear, but you may not need it all. So you want to make sure that you get what you need. Ask friends who camp. Watch lots of videos. You'll see a ton of review stuff recommending the latest, newest, really expensive gear. All nice to have, not all needed. I do have some of it. I've been camping my whole life since I was a baby. I was about 9 months old the first time I went camping, and I love it. I've got to go camping every year. Many forms you can use. You can go backpacking. You can get dropped off at a park. You can drive to a park, stay there. There's people go overlanding. People got 45-foot plus RVs. All types you can use. Car camping is very convenient. You say you're not far from anything if you needed help with something. If you didn't know how to set up your stove or something, there's always a neighbor here to help. You got washrooms, showers. Most parks now have laundry service if you're here for a long time. Everything you need. It's firewood, fireplaces. Many have hiking trails or beaches or both. So that's a bonus. I'm going to give you a list and show examples of the basic stuff you need to start camping. You don't need a whole lot of specialized gear. Most of the stuff you'll need you'll already have. I'll tell you exactly what you need to start. What you'll need to bring to have an enjoyable first camping trip is pretty simple. You'll need shelter, food and water, cooking gear, sleeping gear, suitable clothing, a few extras I'll let you know at the end. Shelter. The most basic shelter you could have is if you're taking a vehicle with you, you may be able to sleep in the back of that. Could be a van, a large car with fold-down seats. If that's not available or not suitable, you can always use a tent. Now, a lot of outdoor stores will rent all the outdoor gear you need. Most of it you're not going to need, but if you don't have a tent, you can rent a great tent from an outdoor store for a couple of days at a very reasonable rate. If you rent a tent from the outdoor stores, you're going to get a quality tent. Well worth it, in my opinion. If you cheap out on a tent and you get wet weather, you're going to be miserable. Check online sales, marketplaces, garage sales. You might find a tent. Check with your buddies. You might be able to borrow one. And if not, you could always go to like a Walmart, a Canadian Tire, or something like that, and buy a fairly inexpensive tent. Now, it's not going to be a great tent, but it will be a shelter for you to start with. I recommend probably renting or seeing what you could buy at a reasonable rate. Food and water. A lot of food that you're going to take you can get from your home or supermarket. A lot of stuff now these days doesn't need to be refrigerated. It's shelf stable. Basically, it means you can take it out. You don't need to refrigerate it. For your first camping trip, take easy to prepare meals. Just heat and eat. For breakfast, you could take some oatmeal packets, or I like to take wraps and a bit of peanut butter, an apple, or a banana. That's a really good start to your day. Wraps do last longer than bread, not as likely to get smushed up. For your lunch, you could have a can of soup, a can of beans, some SpaghettiOs, or like a pasta thing. There's always Mr. Noodles. There's always Knorr sidekicks. Add a little bit of chicken or tuna to that. In Canada, we have tuna in foil packets. I know in the States you can get chicken, ham, beef. You can get a lot more in the foil packs. But we get like canned flakes of ham, canned chicken, chunks of chicken. We do have tuna. Add that to a Knorr side, like with a rice or a pasta. Really good lunch. For supper, again, you could do a similar thing. You could do rice packs. A Knorr sidekick rice pack is good. You can go freeze-dried route. Any of the outdoor stores will have Mountain House, Alpenair, Happy Yak. There's numerous different brands depending on where you live. Here in Canada, they're a little bit pricey now. They're closer to $20 a bag. Most of them say they feed 2 people. It's going to be 1 person, but it's very filling. They are good. For the most part, it's basically boil 2 cups of water, throw it in the bag, stir well, seal up the bag, let it sit for 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes. Stir it up again. You can eat it right out of the bag or pour it into a bowl or whatever. They're good. Compared to the price of a burger combo now at like any takeout, pretty comparable really. Snacks, you can take crackers, chips, cheesies, whatever. Trail mix is really good. Peanuts, anything like that. A lot of stuff, vegetables. You can take potatoes, carrots, turnip, onion. Not going to go bad on you. Some what you think might be perishable. Some cheeses, if they're wrapped in the wax, they're good for a couple of days. Like Baby Bell, I take those with me most camping trips. So it's just you're heating and eating. You're not cooking up fantastic turkey dinner or roast beef dinner or whatever. You can if you want, but keep it simple for the first. Water. Pick up a case of water, the 500ml bottles, or preferably even a couple of 4-liter plastic cans or plastic bottles. That way you can use one when it's out. You can fill it up, boil it, put it back in. Keep ahead of it that way. Most of the parks have drinking water. Well, they all have drinking water, but most, if not all, say boil it first. I filter it or boil it, both. Cooking gear. We're going to keep it simple here. First thing you're going to need is a stove. You can get small 1-burner canister stoves online, like Amazon or any place like that. Sometimes even department stores have them. Outdoor stores will have really cheap ones. You can pick them up anywhere between $10 and $20. The fuel canister is probably about 6 or 7. They last a long time. Great for heating up food. Another option would be a butane stove. They're usually square, flat things, about 12 by 12, 3 or 4 inches high. Very stable. I picked one up for my son last year at Costco. It was like $18. I've seen them at Princess Auto here in Canada for $20, $22. Great stoves. You can check for buy and sell groups, marketplace and stuff. You might find a Coleman stove where it's propane or white gas. A lot of good deals online sometimes in the groups. Next thing you're going to need is pots and pans. Don't go crazy and buying all new gear for this. Check around your kitchen. You might have some pots that you don't mind taking out camping. It's not going to hurt. If you really don't want to take your good pots out camping, go to the thrift stores. The dollar stores will have very inexpensive pots and pans. You'll need a small pot, and if you want to fry up something, a small fry pan. You'll need some cutlery and some dishes. A plate, a bowl, a mug. That's all you need. keep all your cooking gear, I usually get a small, like a Rubbermaid tote or any little plastic bin. Put all your dishware and cutlery in it, and you've got a little dish pan for after. We'll get that in the extra section. So that's pretty much it for cooking gear. Sleeping gear. Again, we're going to keep it simple. Take a pillow and a couple of warm blankets from your house. If you've got access to a sleeping bag, you could use that. But your own pillow and blankets, ideal. You will want a sleeping pad. You can buy like a closed cell foam rollout mat, a yoga mat, an inflatable air mattress. If you want to be really economical, ever see those multicolored little square mats, sort of got little puzzle pieces to them? Usually come in a pack of 4 for $15 or so. They're 2x2. You get 4 of them in a pack usually. So you got an 8 foot long, you only need 6 feet. That's a sleeping mattress for you. Suitable clothing. Now, suitable clothing depends on what type of weather you have, what season you're going. So that's very dependent. Just make sure you have warm clothing. Always bring something a little heavier than you think you might need. I'd rather have a heavier coat or a sweater with me and not need it than be looking for it when I'm cold. Just use your regular clothes. There are high-tech camping coats, pants, shirts, all that. Just use your regular stuff. It'll be fine. I do recommend you take a raincoat. Could save a lot of grief wearing your raincoat. A hat. I always take like a little beanie toque winter hat. And I'll usually take a baseball hat. Again, sun, warmth, different reasons you'd wear a hat. Another little item, pick it up at the dollar store. A little bug net. It's just basically a mesh sock put over your head. If you've got a peaked cap, a baseball hat, you put that mesh sock on over your head. It'll keep it off your face, keep the flies from getting at you. Earlier I mentioned a dish pan for keeping or a plastic bin for keeping your dishes and stuff in. So some extras. Most of the parks will have dishwashing stations. But if you just got a small little meal like a pot and a dish to clean up, use your plastic container as a dish pan. So you'll need a little bottle of dish soap. You'll need a little bottle of dish... Why can't I say that? You'll need a little bottle of dish soap, a cleaning cloth, and a dish towel. Hand sanitizer is nice to take with you. Not always a sink close by. Your personal hygiene items, obviously. First aid kit. Always take a small little first aid kit with you. Doesn't have to be a big trauma thing. You're not doing surgery in the park. Just a couple of small items in it, like a bit of gauze, a few band-aids, maybe a few pills for if you have a headache, upset stomach, something like that. Maybe a bit of Benadryl if you have an allergic reaction to an insect bite. Stuff like that. Just a small little kit to get you by. The parks will always have a first aid kit in the park, but always take one with you. Another thing I always take with me is a pair of work gloves, whether suede or leather work gloves. That way you can hold on to your pots while you're cooking over the small stoves. Not going to burn your hands. You can handle the hot pots. Much easier to use a pair of work gloves than oven mitts. And if you're cutting up firewood and you want to protect your hands, you can use your work gloves for that as well. You might want to take some bug spray and sunscreen. A couple other things. A lighter. Pick up a big lighter. Light your stove. You might want to have a fire. Pick up a couple. They're only cheap. Flashlight. Take a small little flashlight. You can get LED flashlights. Dollar store again. Very cheap. Headlamps are really good. The ones that go on your head with elastic band. That way your hand's free. That's a couple of extras. And garbage bags. I always take a couple of extra garbage bags. If you didn't have a raincoat to take with you and it starts to rain, in the bottom of your garbage bag, cut a little head hole. Put that over. A couple of armholes on the sides. Makeshift raincoat. A couple other bags in your car. If it happens to rain and you got wet, muddy gear, Rather than trying to pack it away and put it in your car, toss it all in the garbage bag. Deal with it when you get home. Dry out all your gear and the line. A cooler. A cooler is an option. You can use those small foil-lined coolers, or you can go get like a hard plastic one. They're not that expensive. Nice to have a bit of milk or cold beverage, pop, beer, whatever you want, water, but it's not necessary. I really hope this video helped you. Leave a few comments down below, and if you have any questions, or if you are a camper and you have suggestions for the others. This is what YouTube's all about, helping people. Hope you took a few notes. Enjoy your first camping trip. Love to know how it goes. Let me know if you get a chance.